Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today our group will present for our assignment, and first I will introduce to you my teammates. Our group consists of 5 people, which is the first member is Hannan bin Muhammad Noor, Muhammad Haikal bin Zainal, Abdul Muqit bin Fazlin, Shazreen Nadira binti Shazreen, and lastly myself, Alia Nadira binti Muhammad Rosli, and I will explain for you about introduction and problem statements. For introduction, first and foremost, the title of problem for our assignment is type of death during road accident. So I found this article from website Astro Almani. In this article, it states that 150 people died in road accident over the 6 days of Eid. Therefore, we as a group would like to perform a mock study that help analyze the data of the road accident during the 6 days of Eid. Safe operation, which was launched on April 29th in conjunction with the Aidilfitri festive season. Also, a total of 350 accidents reported nationwide. A total of 150 deaths were recorded due to the road accidents nationwide during the 6 days of safe operation. It was recorded involving 24 fatal accidents with 150 deaths. It was said that motorcyclists and pillion riders were recorded the highest number of deaths with 37 deaths, followed by 35 taxi drivers and taxi passengers, 34 pedestrians, 24 deaths involving four-wheel drive vehicle drivers and passengers, also 20 deaths involving vans driver and passengers. The Deputy Inspector General of Police said that during the period, a total of 1,837 summonses for 6 major offences were issued to road users who committed speeding offences, recording the highest summons of 1,582 summonses. For problem statement, as a student in group, we would like to study about the road accident during the 6th day of Eid. Therefore, we had collected a sample of n equals to 150. The data consisting of total deaths of the road accident during the 6 days of Eid. The data collection is consensual with type of victims such as rider, pillion rider, driver and passengers, pedestrian, van driver and van passengers, taxi driver and taxi passengers. Many people use the road during the festive period, which cause various accidents, and there are many major offences committed by road user, with one of them driving over the speed limit and driving unfocused and not following the route. Thank you very much. That's it from me. Next, I will pass to Hannan Hasif to explain for his part.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hannan Hasif. Today I'm going to explain to you the population, simple and variable that we are using on our assignment. So based on the problem statement, the population is in Malaysia. The sample is 150 dead peoples in 6 days during Eid. The variable is type of victims, which is rider and pillion rider, driver and passengers, pedestrian, van driver and van passengers, and lastly, taxi drivers and taxi passengers. By using Rn between function, we have created the random data and the sample size is 150. The variable we are using is number 1 for rider and pillion rider, number 2 driver and passengers, number 3 for pedestrian, number 4 for van driver and van passengers, and lastly number 5, which is taxi drivers and taxi passengers. The frequency for rider and pillion rider, which is number 1, is 29. The frequency for driver and passengers is 28. Pedestrian is 32. Van driver and van passengers 27. And lastly, 34 frequency for taxi driver and taxi passengers. We have calculated the cumulative frequency by adding the frequency. So number 1 is 29. 29 plus 28 is 57. 57 plus 32 is 89. 89 plus 37 is 116. And lastly, 116 plus 34 is 150. Next, I'm gonna pass it to Abdul Muqit bin Fazlin, which will explain to you the how to construct histogram or bar chart. Thank you very much. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Muqit bin Fazlin, and now I will continue the presentation for the histogram. So first, from the ungroup data that we already collect, we can make a histogram from it. So for the x-axis, we put number 1 to 5, that each number representing for the type of victims. For the y-axis, we put the frequency level. For number 1, the frequency for number 1, types of victims is rider and pillion rider. The frequency is 29 and the cumulative frequency is 29. For number 2, driver and passengers, the frequency is 28 and the cumulative frequency is 57. For types of victim number 3, pedestrian, frequency 32, cumulative frequency 89. For number 4, van driver and passengers, the frequency is 27 and the cumulative frequency is 116. And lastly, for number 5, the types of victims is taxi driver and taxi passengers, which is the frequency is 34 and the cumulative frequency is 150. So that is the histogram that we made for the ungroup data. So that's all from my presentation. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazreen binti Shahrin. My metric number is DG12037. So in this part, I will explain on how to calculate the value of mean, mode and median. To find the value of mean, we have to use the formula that I put in the slide, which is cumulative frequency times with the number of victims, then divided with the total number of victims. Then we will get the answer, which is 3.06. Next, to find the median value, we have to read from the table. In this case, the value 75 is 3, which is the middle data. So the median value for 3 is pedestrian. For the last one is mode. Mode is the highest value in the data. So the answer is 5, which is taxi driver and taxi passenger. Next, to get the value of mean in the Excel, we have to type equal average bracket A1 double dot A10, where A1 double dot A10 is the location of your data set. Then press enter. Next, to get the value of mode in the Excel, we have to type equal mode bracket F1 double dot F20, where F1 double dot F20 is the location of your data set. Then press enter. And the last one, to get the value of median in the Excel, we have to type equal median bracket A1 double dot C6, where A1 double dot C6 indicates the range you want to calculate median from. Then press enter. That's all from me in this explanation part. The next slide will be presented by Muhammad Haikal. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haikal and I want to explain how to get the standard deviation using Excel and how to calculate the standard deviation. So for using Excel, we want to calculate the standard deviation based on sample. So type equal stdev.s, which is standard deviation sample, and select all the raw data and press enter to get the standard deviation. For calculation, the formula for standard deviation is square root the total of s minus mean squared over n minus 1. From that formula, we get square root 10.018 over 4, and the final answer for standard deviation is 1.583. Thank you very much. That's all for me, and I will pass to Muqit for conclusion.
Finally, we learned how to use the ungroup data algorithm to get frequency, mean, mode, median, and standard deviation. It is because the data we utilize in this assignment is a raw data, which means it's not organized in a table. By looking into the data conditions, we can figure out which formula is the best for this data. Aside from that, we can use a formula in Excel to determine frequency, cumulative frequency, mean, mode, median, and standard deviation. For an example, to calculate the mean, we use the equal average formula, and to compute the mode, we use the equal mode formula. These formulas are included in Excel, and we must utilize specific formula to calculate our result. So that's all for our assignment project. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.